Self-improvement can get boring at points, especially early on, when you've sort of focused yourself on the journey, but you haven't really seen any of the rewards, so you're like, oh, what's the point? Because obviously you're going to be like that, since you haven't seen the rewards. It's just the natural human mind to take the path of least resistance. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to actually enjoy self-improvement, and make it less stressful, and therefore make it make sense to your brain that this is the path that is easy, or as it easier than the degenerate path that you may have already been on in the past. My first tip to you is to change your beliefs. You have this sort of binary system where it's either 0 or 1, 1 being you've done the habit, 0 you haven't. You're going to set the day up for 0 or 1. 1 you've had a good day and it's been perfect, and 0 you failed. But just because you missed out, let's say, a workout, or you missed out on your meditation, doesn't mean that your day is instantly failed. It just means you failed that one section for that day only. You shouldn't just write off the day just because you failed one section, of course, but most people do that anyway due to this binary system that we naturally start off with, and that can bring a lot more stress and a lot more pressure to you, since you believe that you must hold yourself up to this standard. If you change your mentality from failure to just a small hiccup in the day, and change the binary system of 0 to 1 to 0 to 100, where you would always aim for 100, where it's the perfect day, you've done all the good habits, but allow yourself to fail and still believe that the day can range between 0 to 100, where 50 is average, you've done some of the good habits, and usually that's where you are. Anything above that is quite good, obviously. Instead of just because you failed on your exercise, or you may have relapsed on your NoFap, just because of that doesn't mean you've instantly failed the day. It just means it won't be as high on the scale. This allows you to move on from your past and not to be weighed down by any of your failures, I guess, because you know it's just a small hiccup, and if you even fail on one section, you still have 90%, which is incredible for a day. Many people are too harsh on themselves and believe they must be like David Goggins from the get-go, from the start of their self-improvement journey, 24/7 all the time, always on that grind. Of course you should aim for that, however, don't allow yourself to be consumed by it, and just because you fail doesn't mean you should just instantly give up. You're just taken one failure, and being able to get up from that is stronger than most people already. Changing this belief system from binary to a scale, you find your days more enjoyable and be able to focus on the now rather than what you've done already, since you won't be focused on, oh, I failed the day just because I woke up a bit late today, meaning you won't do any of the good habits anymore, since you already know that the day is going to be a 0 out of 0 to 1, but rather allowing yourself to fail in the morning, waking up a bit late, but doing the rest of the stuff to get yourself to at least a 90. A more practical way of making self-improvement more enjoyable is by changing small things daily. I usually do this now when I work out, or when I do any sort of action that may require music. I flip a coin, and head is that I get to listen to music, tails is that I don't listen to music during that specific session. And you're able to get that feeling either way, that you've completed the workout, and it will feel new and different every single time you've done it, because you've either done it with music or without music. And you can apply this to different situations, where heads is maybe you use your phone for journaling rather than a piece of paper, or heads is you read on a tablet, and tails is you read from paperback. Getting rid of the decision between doing it and not doing it, and changing it to how you do it using that flip of the coin method, allows you to do the good habits without even realizing that you are doing the good habits, since you're just too focused on the whether you do it this way or the other way. A more larger scale of this is to change up how you do things, perhaps on a weekly basis. And the easiest way to show this in practicality is when you exercise. Change up how you exercise, not just you do legs, arms, or push, pull, or legs. That's just a workout routine, of course. Change it up and go outside of the gym. Do something rather than weightlifting. You can go to the park and do a run. You can do calisthenics outside, or you can do, maybe if you just want to stick in the gym and work on your strength, you can do a 1 rep max session where you try and find your 1 rep max on deadlift, bench, squat, all of that. And by doing that, of course don't injure yourself when you do that, but changing these new forms of exercise and doing different sports as well. That's another method that I really enjoy, since recently I've been focusing on skateboarding, and that's really helped my core strength, balance, and my leg strength as well. And it's just naturally increased while also having that fun aspect to it, being able to skate and being able to do the tricks obviously, and just changing it up and not getting that tedious aspect that exercise usually can have, especially when you're starting. For people who've been exercising for years perhaps, you of course clearly do like exercising, so I guess more specific way would be to change what exercise routine you do, or what exercises you do in which order as well. If you just do bicep, 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 bicep after doing one after another, rather than letting it rest by doing bicep, tricep, bench, and then all of that, then you're going to see more growth. And by experimenting with your workout routine, that will not only just get rid of that tedious aspect of it, you may even see growth, or you may see where you may have faltered in the exercise. This doesn't just apply to exercising as well. You can do it for meditation. You can change it up from focusing on your breath or to focusing on sounds around you, to repeating a mantra, or just focusing on your presence and your groundedness to the earth. Anything that sort of grounds you into the present moment, I guess. By changing that up, you get rid of that tedious aspect, which I've said like 4 times already, but of course that is a big thing. You don't want to get bored while on self-improvement. Another mental tip that I have for you is to realize that almost everything you do that isn't clearly a bad habit, so bad habits could be like smoking weed, eating junk food, hanging out with degenerates, and see any sort of degenerate activities is benefiting you in some way. So any other activities apart from those are benefiting you in some way, and such as like going outside, even though that seems so simple, of course it's still benefiting you, increases your health due to the vitamin D intake, as well as the mental health, since you're out, since you're sort of clearing your mind, you're probably speaking to someone else, you're just out and about, you're in nature, you're going to be more present, and that just helps your mental health, gets your mind clear of any stress or worries. And stuff like cooking dinner, like cleaning and speaking to others, some basic things that we all do. Obviously he's not speaking about superficial stuff, speaking more deep, or perhaps networking with others that can help benefit your self-improvement journey without actually feeling like work. If you can easily reason out how it helps you, then it was worth doing. When you have the urge to do bad habits, resisting that urge is also an incredible test of your discipline. You need to realize that there are many simple and fun actions that you can do every day that will help improve without feeling like you're forcing yourself to do work, like deep work. Realizing this allows you to be a bit happier daily, knowing you're still making progress when you're doing some of the basic actions. Believing these ideas and utilizing the actions I've laid out for you allows you to see self-improvement as less of a chore or a tedious activity, and into a lifelong journey that you'll love every step of the way. I hope this video helped, and I wish you the best.